我一定要贏啊！
Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Bob Levy, and this is my review of Beach Spike. Beach Spike is laugh out loud funny. I roared with glee for the full 90 minutes, and I'm not joking, I am completely serious. Because it's such a monstrous train wreck that you can't imagine how on earth it ever saw the light of day. To delineate the flaws, gross ineptitude, and cringeworthy failure of this film would take much longer than I'm prepared to sit here. But I must say, this film succeeds at entertainment. This is truly one of those so bad it's amazing films. And on that level, it is a blockbuster. I paid to see this movie in the cinema twice because it made me laugh so hard my stomach was sore the next day. Beach Spike opens with numerous shots of characters getting hit in the face with volleyballs. In slow motion. Yes, balls to the face from frame one. This happens quite a few times during the film, such that pretty much every female volleyball player takes a shot in the face. If you took away all the slow motion in this movie, I think it would probably cut about 10 minutes off the running time. But it wouldn't be as good. Then again, it's not like there's a lot of story to tell. Two young women work at a restaurant on a beach. The evil rich landlords want to develop the area. But that would destroy the restaurant and the beach and the girls' jobs and their way of life. How should we settle this dispute? How else? Parkour! Volleyball. Because women in bikinis jumping up and down in a beach volleyball game is just much more plausible. But not just any volleyball game. No, we're talking about the big tournament that both of these opposing teams have to enter and work their way up through. I guess fate decreed that they would start out in opposite groups in the tournament, so that the climactic game of the tournament would also be the climactic game of the story. It's just a coincidence, the screenwriter assures me. I thought it would be funny if they met in the first round, but then you couldn't have that massive volleyball tournament and that screaming crowd of 40 people that we see. And besides, beach volleyball is meant to be played indoors, in the dark. Throw in a classic Romeo and Jugs subplot, where love crosses the line in the sand, and you have a recipe for a thrilling sports romance movie. This would be so much better if a topless her was carrying a shirted him. At least that's what him said. It doesn't help that the only people with real acting skills in this movie are either rarely seen or not asked to do much acting. Candy Yu ruins a whole bunch of Beach Spike by bringing believability and acting chops to her role, which really only makes everyone else look that much worse. Jessica C was obviously hired to make Chrissie Chau look like a good actress, and Miss C does a remarkable job.
You ain't got a 4-head, you got a 5-head. When you have dreams, you don't have dreams, you have movies.
Philip has a small role as the most motivated coach in volleyball history, who spends almost all his time screaming at his players. The odd thing is that he's dubbed about 40% of the time. So he'll yell something in perfect English in one scene, and then a little later on in the conversation, he'll say something in very pronounced Chinglish. It was kind of distracting, but it was also funny as hell, so I didn't care. And besides, it kind of looks like Philip had fun, so no harm, no foul, so to speak. As previously noted, whoever decided that a viable settlement for a real estate dispute was a beach sport deserves to be made to swim in the same water that some of Beach Spike takes place in. This movie actually deserves an award for making a public service announcement by showing what the water in Hong Kong really looks like, because it's disgusting. The water is so nasty looking that even the most uncaring person would have to admit Hong Kong's got a pollution problem. But for that matter, whoever decided that the true test of Phoenix Veyland's strength was her ability to defeat black men deserves to be bitch slapped. What, you thought I was kidding? Beach Spike is an absolute mess. But I found myself laughing out loud almost the whole time, for one reason or another. I actually would recommend this movie. I think it's funny. You can watch it more than once because I'm sure you'll find even more things to laugh at. And that's kind of the object. I don't think this was intended to be a dramatic set piece about a struggle towards volleyball excellence. So if you want to watch this movie, I encourage you to do that. But do it by buying it. Don't steal movies. In the description, there's a link where you can buy this movie and therefore not go to hell when you die. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. And if you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment anyway. If you enjoy this channel, please think about subscribing. Thank you and have a lovely evening. You'd like to put your balls in our faces, huh?